What up, what it do? Hi guys, I'm Rochelle. Had to run it back to say it with a little more confidence. But I am Rochelle, tarot reader, holistic health coach, mental health advocate, Zumba instructor, amongst many other things. So today I'm gonna give you guys a mini reading. My older sister is on the spectrum, and when she comes home, she likes to leave things kind of all over the place. And she goes to my tarot deck, and she left it like this. And I took it as a message, so I'm going to interpret it for you guys as well. We have the Strength card, and then the Ten of Hearts, culmination, which is aka the Ten of Cups, one of my favorite cards. Um, and the message that I get from this is that you have to fight for peace. You have to fight for love. Um, and fight doesn't mean fist fight. It doesn't mean put yourself in a position where you have to deal with unnecessary nonsense or violence or aggression, um, or like combat. It just means that effort is needed. Strength is required to, whether it's healing to get to that point of being able to accept the peace and the love, and the rewards, or you don't have that much to like heal or baggage, so to speak, but you still have to put in effort to maintain the good in your life. Um, it's very, yeah, it's very easy to just decide that's not for me. I'm not meant for goodness. I'm not meant for joy. I'm not meant for love. I'm not meant for peace. I've never known that. But that's a birthright for everybody. It has nothing to do with whether you're deserving or not, and simply do you have the capacity to hold it? Do you have the capacity to nurture it? Do you have the capacity to genuinely open up yourself, to ways of living that you're not used to? Um, yeah, it's very scary stuff, especially if you're not used to vulnerability or if you're not used to being well received, and that is very challenging. I'm experiencing a lot of that this year, especially right now at this end of the year. Like there's a lot of happening. Lots of fruits are starting to bear. I think how you say that, are just blossoming, and revealing themselves to me. And I knew that this was going to be a year of harvest for me. This season specifically, literally the fall, winter, was going to be harvest for me, and the universe is delivering. Um, my nervous system, which I'm going to preach about forever, is quite literally the determining factor of whether or not I can maintain this frequency, and I can continue to hold space for these things, or if I'm going to fall back into the older version of myself who self sabotages, who doesn't think that she's worthy, who doesn't think that she has the skills to maintain. Because some of those, let's get into specifics. Um, it can be not having communication skills or being afraid to speak your truth. Again, the blue energy, the throat chakra, that's a big one. Um, the ability to flow, to surrender. I've been having lots of dreams about water. The last one I had was so clear, bro. Like literally at the end of the dream, it was a really good vibe the whole time. I don't remember all the details. I wrote it down in my journal. But at the end, I was on my back. And in real life, I can't swim. Okay. Don't ask me how I was on the swim team for 4 years and managed to not learn how to properly swim. My body wasn't ready. I don't have to tell you, I wasn't ready mentally. But I enjoyed being in the water. I love the water. I've always loved the water, but was scared of the water. You feel me? But yes. So in the dream, um, at the end, I was on my back, and then someone gently pushed me off and was like, "Remember to breathe underwater." And then I just went off, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm doing it!" Because like when I'd be in the pool, I would go under, do my little thingy thing, and then the second it was time to breathe, I'd like kind of freak out and be like, and it's like what you're supposed to do is breathe out, and I would practice that, but I just didn't have to trust in myself to actually be able to stay in the water, to hold myself up, to keep myself afloat. And that's directly linked to my physical as well. Like it's all connected, right? My pelvic floor, also a very specific target area for me this year in my fitness journey. Um, when you don't have confidence in yourself, and when you just have a lot of trauma as well, just in many different areas. Trauma usually leads to lack of confidence, but yes. Like that's literally your stability. That is the root of your base. That is what allows you to stand, to have good posture and stuff like that. And mine was severely fucked up. So it was heavy in a way that it didn't need to be, but not strong. So like in the water, it just wouldn't float up. Like my body just couldn't because I was too busy like in this sunken place, literally. So my body like in the water, like I think I was flat, but the whole time I'm actually like this, and like my legs are basically on the ground. But like I felt like that's the most I could do, and that's because that was the most I could do because my capacity was limited. Um, but yes, so all that being said, been on the journey of literally building my physical health up, my lung capacity to be able to breathe underwater. Also, mind you, I had a dream like a month ago where I was in a pool and everybody was doing cool ass shit. There was like some swings above, like above the water and on the side too. You could just like do whatever you want. People were jumping in, but I was just standing there, just kind of watching the fun, not able to participate. Um, so many wake up calls. All that being said, you have the strength within you. Um, it just needs to be activated or just increased. Like you have some type of strength. Like I want to say on some, there's no such thing as cold, just the absence of heat. Like there's no such thing of weak, just the absence of more or a lot of strength. Um, so do what you got to do. Like if you need to work out to build your confidence, if you need to just execute more, commit to yourself, do what you need to do. Confidence is the reputation that you build with yourself. Affirmations are going to be like there's so many different things too. Like when it comes to manifestation, I was thinking about this earlier. It's not which method do I do, it's how do I combine all of these to make my life the life that I want. Visualization is key, meditation is key, nervous system regulation is key. All of these elements are key. Crazy work. My phone just told me that my storage was full. The irony is not lost. Like, so what I do, I had to look at my apps and say what is taking up space that doesn't need to be here right now, what's not immediate, what's not necessary at this time, and I deleted them. And now I have space, and now I can continue to share my message, and now I'm helping both of us. So it's very relational, but I think I'll get the message. I don't need to drag it on too long. The point is increase your capacity, increase your ability, because there are steps to take. There are practical, grounded things to do to be able to boost your confidence. Practice having hard conversations. Practice talking to your camera. Practice just expressing yourself, even in private, so that when you're in public, it's second nature. It's not so much of a performance or an act. It's like, oh no, I've actually been practicing this. Um, Heavy on the word practice because almost everything is a practice. Um, yes, we have our natural gifts, we have our natural talents, but at the end of the day, somebody who works hard on something every day is going to have more improvement than somebody who just doesn't. It's very simple. So practice the hard things. Because the thing is, not being able to be vulnerable with other people absolutely starts with not being able to be vulnerable with yourself. So that's when we hit that journal. That's when we try to figure out what are we hiding, what are we running away from. Even just venting to the camera. If writing is not your thing or you don't want to do that, I don't know, arthritis in your hands. My hands be cramping. I get it because I could really write like forever, which is why I'm trying to actually start using my left hand more because my right hand gets tired and I'm like, switch. You feel me? Increasing capacity, increasing like do what you got to do, make it work. Um, Fight for the peace, fight for the joy, fight for that relaxation, fight for the privilege to be able to rest, to be able to sit down, to be able to relax and just feel like I did it because you're strong and you deserve it. And you got all this color and all this passion bursting inside of you and all this wisdom and momentum that just wants to be used, wants to be put towards something good in your life. So I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to figure out what step you're at right now, um, and move accordingly. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah.